Hello, Cetus and Ophiuchus. Did you think I forget about you? I did not forget about you. So to close out utilizing the scrolls, we're going to scry your scrolls from the opposite direction for shapes and symbols that may
Karma.
speak to our psyche and psychic senses. As well, we'll add on Tarot and Oracle in the Shaman's Palm configuration. And where Mr. Plasma is here, Paranormal Plasma, we have Ghost Tube kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. You know the drill. Please do receive or release freely. I want to thank you so much for being here. Your attention, awareness, your likes, shares, subscribes truly warms my haunted heart. And when you're ready to get at her, timestamps are below. Thanks. Opies, when you're ready, here is your scroll in the opposite direction. I will at some point in time, I'll try and put the other side or the other side scry up there if you want to take a look. All right, so right, where do I want to follow? Okay, there's an older gentleman. Feels like kind of like Odin because it's bringing me into the show American Gods, and there's something about maybe Odin in the tree. That's what I feel like. There's also, I'm getting a sense, a spirit that's waiting for you. I wrote it down. Where was it? A ghost waiting for your attention. And when I say a ghost, it doesn't need to be creepy, but that's the way maybe it feels. Opies, I'm also getting the sensation that I'm twiddling my thumbs. And when I am in your aura, it tends to be very active. And I wonder if at this point, in some way, shape, or form, in some context, you're kind of waiting for something, like you're waiting in a car. You know, you're just like almost like a private investigator style, and you're just waiting. There's push-ups. I'm doing push-ups. But I'm also noting that these push-ups are on the back of another aspect of myself, like a strength on top of a strength. I'm also getting in some way, shape, or form, I'm seeing 10 of Wands. And maybe that resonates for some, the few, the many. What else did I write down here? The chocolate bunny, thank you. Up here there's I knew there was something else that was really standing out to me. Is this chocolate bunny, but it's like a white chocolate bunny. And see how this, I keep saying chocolate bunny because it's a chocolate bunny. But it's white chocolate with, it's almost like it's both. It's got this outline of dark chocolate, but it's white chocolate.
Denise.
It's like the best of both worlds is how I'm feeling it. I also get the feeling I'm kind of being checked out. I kind of like you're just being checked out. It's like the balance of some part of you, or at least oracally speaking, it's like if this was as much light, the proverbial light will say, it is quite equal to just this outline of your shadow. It is equal, even though they don't look the same. So you're very balanced, but there's like this curiosity from somebody checking me out. Because I'm also seeing, and it's reminding me of somebody from my past. And he had said he put up, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but it's just what's coming forward, so I'll share it. It's like having a moat
Hair.
of around your essence or whatever it is that you're doing, right? But this moat is infused with a certain, could be, a perception poison, and it feels protective. But if someone's intention or energy is, I don't want to say pure in like a,
Can you hear her?
no, in a judgmental way, but I feel like it's just in interaction. There, you would never know it was there. This moat of sorts. And if someone else is ill intent, it's like they just drop down. And when they drop down, if they have any sort of ill intent or mischievous kind of energy, they get dropped down and then they go back to start. Like now Monopoly's coming in. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 or something along that lines. But somebody is observing me.
Dress.
That's how... Oh, thank you. No, that was Cetus. Was it Cetus that had the dress? Yeah, it was. Okay, sorry. I'm also getting a foot pedal. I don't know if it's on a piano or a car. So now I'm back to twiddling the thumbs, working out, or I don't know, push-ups, killing time, but using
Give it back.
using it wisely.
Find me.
So that when it's time to go, you can go, like speed. When it's time to play the music, when it's time to sit, and whatever that is, the symbolically speaking or literal. You wait, and then you know when to go. You know when to start playing. You know when to start driving the car. There's absolutely, seemingly, I want to say always in your aura, Opies. I swear to God, you're like the healing police of the astral realm. Like, it's so curious in the way that your energy... And when I say... It's weird because I want to say in this policing, it's not about applying some sort of a blanketed judgment, human judgments of right or wrong. While they're there, because we're in the human experience, thank you. What it makes me feel like is I am working with divine laws, and I am working with the divine laws as they manifest and are infused in our human laws, yada, yada, yadas. And when you see that spark of this universal law, divine laws, call them what you will, you do listen, and then you press the pedal and you go. Does that make sense? I feel like it makes sense somewhere, but hopefully I didn't butcher it. Okay, let's start adding on some tarot into oracle in the shaman's palm configuration. Opies, you guys are amazing. And you know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or drop an emoji, as your reflections do deepen the reading. They inspire, and your perspective is powerful. But you already knew that. There's something else that I'm seeing. Sorry, hold on. I gotta like sit back. Sorry if that takes me away from the mic. Man, you're a boss. You are just a boss. Okay. Cave of... yeah, Cave of Ice. Sorry. Opus.
Rich.
The poplar tree, duplicity. This is in your Cave of Ice. Duality and duplicity, suffering and bitterness, enlightenment and happiness are at play. This is what I'm talking about when I was talking about the divine laws and how they express themselves in the material world. The divine to density. They're not separate laws. They are paralleling laws, and when you see the spark of them, you go. You go towards them. Yeah, he keeps saying something to me, but I don't know what it is yet. Okay, I'll leave it be.
Watching.
Cave of Winds. There is a watching. I feel like I'm being watched. Some of you might have a father in spirit. Is this the ghost waiting for attention? Cave of Winds for Opies. Or a father figure. Again, maybe it is a boss. It feels like an elder energy. Oh my goodness. And that's... I think it's kind of like an Odin. Am I looking for answers in regards to something? Because this is in your Cave of Winds and your thoughts. Maybe I'm waiting for an answer. Or somebody wants my attention. No, something or someone wants my attention. This ghostly guy here, and it is a male expressed with dominant masculine energy, or that's how I interacted with him. Of course, we know we have all in the duplicity, okay, I don't need to waste our time going through that.
Where?
You know where to apply it. Cave of Hearth Fires. No, we want to go up there. Okay. Somebody is also, Opie's, extending gratitude for the work you do. Some of you might not give yourself credit for it, or enough credit, because it's not, I don't know, it's that weird thing, like, it's not about the credit. I don't need credit for it, but it is appreciated. Oh my goodness, you are so, it's like I can hear, oh, you're so much like your father, you're so much like your mother, or you're so much like this, but it's a compliment. Like, what you've done with it, with the tools that were given to you, the DNA, the genetics, this, that, and the other. And though while at some point in time, maybe you were, viewed yourself, or, it's like it's like judging our teenage self, going, oy vey. But, now that you're all grown up, whatever that even means, they're very, very proud of you. And if this isn't a parent in spirit, this is a spirit guide specifically coming through. It's like a wise teacher, like a Gandalf, because I think that you are a Gandalf type thing. I don't really even know what that means, but hopefully you know what it is. In your Cave of Hearth Fires is Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. This is like the twiddling the thumbs feeling of your heart. I feel like you're driven by passion. Like, the closest thing that I can feel it as is coming back to the playing the piano or driving a car, pedal to the metal. There's something exhilarating. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? That feeling when you're just like, I feel like I'm at, well, I'm at the start. But it's a circular race, so that's the funny thing. The beginning and the end are the same, just like in the race car. And it's like you're chasing, not you, but you're chasing the tail. Is that the Ouroboros? Nonetheless, but you get it. It's like you see it and you're like, man, I'm here to play. I am here to experience the G-forces, the skill set of driving at said speeds, having a team on your side, but then also knowing, like, when maybe the race is done or the pianist concert, when you step away, you take your bow, and then you trust the car team mechanics. You trust the mechanics of your piano or of your device. You're to fine tune them, and you step out of the way, and you then maybe go work on different strengths that support when it's pedal to the metal time. Oh my goodness, I'm so many times so far outside of my comfort zone here of knowing or understanding, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying, Ophiuchus, because what you do with it, you make roars and music. In your Cave of Rivers is House of Flowers. This is the balance. This is like in the duplicity, the strength of the concrete, the strength of the bricks, the siding, and then the beauty of a soft heart in between. Some of you might live in a family home as well. And maybe you put out a certain kind of flower or have planted a certain kind of flower. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the house of cards. That's not what Ophies care to create. It's flimsy, it's unstable, but it has its own. It's, again, I feel like I'm in the Opie awareness. I get it. I get why people would build a house of cards. There's a different skill set. There's a different balancing act. But you're the House of Flowers, where it is almost impenetrable. But do you know what it makes me feel like? Oh,
close.
Okay. I don't mean to be like, whoa. It's just me stumbling through my words and my tongue here. It's as though there might be And whoever you are in your life, maybe you're the boss or your boss or you're the grandparent, you're the parent, apply any title. And you might be stern and you might be tough sometimes, or receive it. But it's because of this soft heart, because it's like meeting somebody that's tough as nails. And then you meet them and they are the nicest person. The nicest person. It's like knowing somebody's public life or viewing someone's public life. And then you get to know them privately and you're like, they're so nice. Like genuine nice. Not bullshit nice. Not passive aggressive kindness. Nice. They appreciate, OPs appreciate having the shell of boundaries and different elements for, it's like that moat that was water, but now it's the walls, because inside you have the ability to care a lot. Something also about an orphanage is coming through. You help people get answers. I think this is in the astral realm. I'm not saying that it's not in the physical realm. Do trees talk to you? I feel like there's trees talking or talking trees. And I don't know if they're actual trees, the energy of trees, like if you're building a house or a shed or a cart. I feel like the wood talks to you in the same way that it's this strong substance,
No, thanks.
but it can provide such sweetness to support, protect, house something. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Cave of Earth for Ophiuchus. Your first house. Who you are, your desires, and your actions. The comedy and tragedy of it all. The duplicity. I feel like, Ophiuchus, you see that very clearly. You see the scope of the world very clearly. And yet you work between the walls. Like, you exist. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not outside of the duality. You're here in the duplicity of it all. You are here for it. You understand there's suffering and bitterness, enlightenment and happiness. And this comedy and tragedy. It's like the first step of a million. But I feel like you're kind of like a million years old. And you can work backstage sometimes. It's like a house that has secret passageways. Also, there's work that you've done, Ophiuchus, or are still doing, but you're waiting for your next direction from your director, your divine director. I think this is why there's a little bit of a twiddling of the thumb. So if anyone's bored, I feel like there might be this little, or twiddling your thumbs or doing push-ups. You're doing the right thing. You're exactly what you're supposed to be doing. All that kind of good stuff. And you're using your time wisely. Also rest, as passive action is also really important to rest up. Okay, we're adding on a tarot card before we get to close out. And we have here the Knight of Wands. See, even in here, you can go between. And
cheating.
You can go through hoops. And if anyone cheats around an Ophiuchus, I don't know that that's wise. And I mean that not in a condemning way or in a doling out punishment, but it's almost like if somebody else has, or something has decided to...
I'm stuck.
Are you stuck, hon? Well, you're not stuck. You're here with me. Has decided to be shifty or not be clear. I feel like you give ample opportunity to say, can you clarify this? Can I ask about your intentions? Because there's an action talking mismatch, whatever the case is. But in the event that there's been some sort of suffering and bitterness, instead of like stewing in it, but a response, if I may, is also this closes. Chomp. And now the access to the beautiful garden of your heart, because this is what drives you. This is what drives you through the tunnels in the background, in the walls of existence. Astrally, grid lines, thought, brain, neuro stuff is lighting up. Again, I can feel like I can go in many different channels. I can talk about my personal life, my public life, my career, my job, what I do for children, what I do to help orphans. I can really go
Watching.
out a lot here. And it's like, if I may, just so if anyone's like corrupt, that's the word, corrupt. It gets chomped on. Like they get closed off, and because maybe they had made it into a private life or a conversation that was, whatever, and it goes into that very same moat now, and return to start. Do not collect $200. Because this makes me feel just like the race car driving. I don't know what equestrian. You have a skill set. Not everyone can jump through a burning fire hoop. It just isn't. But you do, for those you love, for things that you care about, for what is meaningful to you. And I want to end here with, and that's why in so much way, shape, or form, with his hands there, gratitude for you, Ophiuchus, for what you do, for who you are becoming, and who you are being. Vulnerable, strong, vulnerability as a strength, your care and compassion as a strength, the chocolate bunny, the white bunny, the beauty of that balance.
They're here.
I'm going to let you go, Ophiuchus. Gratitude for you being you. And I will see you again soon for your ink blot, where we will open up the big old book of blots. And until then, I'll see you later. Bye. Cetus, when you're ready, come on in. Have a seat for some symbolic support. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. As your fellow insights inspire, deepen the reflections in the reading as well. So thank you. And it doesn't have to be words. Or even just give it a thumbs up. Whatever feels good. Okay. So some things that came through. I was seeing a wrench. Oh, and I'm just hearing that song. I don't know who it's by. Radioactive. Radioactive. Is it Imagine Dragons? Or am I imagining it that it's Imagine Dragons? I don't know. Radioactive. Anywho, it's fine. I'm also seeing a very large dress. Like one of those dresses that have the skeleton binding, where at the waist it would go all the way out, like back in the day, and it'd be like this really big dress. I'm seeing that, but I'm actually the space of that. I'm like poofy. Oh, now bracelet. I'm in the 80s. Like I'm seeing poofy shoulder pads and like prom dresses and stuff. Something about like the hourglass figure, but also it could be just time, reflecting of time with the wrench. Maybe there's like some sort of emotional work you're doing on your reflections of the past. Because it's like you're aware that the currents of the past of the river consistently are flowing past into the present. And it's like I'm not throwing stones from back there to up there to create similar conditions. I don't know, this is a very odd message, but there it is. I have really good boundaries. I feel like I actually have a few sets of boundaries. I'm also seeing a fly come at me. And when I say come at me, just for me in my own personal life, the fly is like a big spirit animal for me, or a power animal, as gross as it is. It just is. Man, they communicate. They have messages. So that might be, it doesn't have to be a fly, but it's like a flying insect. Something that we could consider as a pest, but I'm not sure that it is from the, spiritual space or from the energetic space.
I come and go.
Yeah, they do come and go. I'm also seeing in here, which is kind of, I didn't realize, also bringing me towards the past. It's reminding me of the first day of school. And it's almost like I can see this, maybe it's your adult, your inner child. Maybe you do have somebody in spirit. But the way I'm going to step into it is, here's my adult awareness and here's my inner child awareness. And the inner child is like turned, like if you're like, I don't want to go. And you hold them and you're like, it's okay. And you talk and soothe. But this kind of feels reflective of this whole journey I was talking about up there about the past. And it's almost brilliant that it's very present. But it's something about the current. The current seems to be very important about it.
Today.
I feel like I'm soothing, like I'm talking to myself. I also see like your boundaries can come out. It's weird, like, so it's not weird at all. It's beautiful. In your aura, boundaries within the aura, but think of like a transformer. And it's like I can hear like this mechanical and they come really close and I take a stance there. It's like I feel like you understand where you are in your aura, like maybe you're interacting with someone, something, etc., and how much of your aura is activated in this interaction. And it kind of grounds right in. And then, if decided and widened, whatever measurements are deemed okay, we're going to broaden. It's like I can hear it again, like
Capricorn.
And they go wider. I feel like you can fly with your temples. Something also about a waterbed. I'm seeing down here Morticia Adams, or is it Morticia? Is it Lily Adams or Morticia? Doesn't matter. Okay, so or like I don't know. Is it?
I'm trying.
Hold on. Something about hair as antennas. It's like once I put my hair up in this tie, it becomes antennas. The lower chakras, root, sacral, solar. I feel like I got them figured out. For here and now. I've got them figured out. It's the heart to the head. I am releasing like this black smoke of hair, and I am tying things up, and it really creates a container for an elixir or essence. And when I see this tie, it actually has like this, I'm trying to find or allow the word to come through. Okay, thank you. So what this is making me feel like is like in a dress, if you can imagine, like Morticia or Lily Munster, thank you. I have the ability to shift within my
Wine.
higher chakras. I keep losing the words because it feels very sacred. But like, I'm sorry if this isn't making sense, Cetus, but hopefully you can bear with me as I make my way through. It's power. It's power. Thank you. Simplified, because that's what I need sometimes. It's going from like Peggy Bundy from Married with Children, the way I'm seeing she's walking, to a warrior. Make no mistake that if I am fully invested in the character, the role I am playing, I am participating in, not playing, participating in. Make no mistake that I have the ability to shift forms and create, because I'm seeing this as nuclear power, but they work together for that. Somebody's car in the garage.
Coming to get me.
Total side. Okay, let's start adding on some tarot and oracle in the shaman's palm configuration. Cetus, you guys are amazing. Did I miss anything? First day of, I don't think so. Oh, Miss Pac-Man. Yeah, Miss Pac-Man was in there. Could also be a mother figure. For some also, I just want to acknowledge, and this might be for one or the few, I'm not really sure. There's a female that presented themselves as put together. This feels outside of you, but they were really like demon lady. And you had to do something with that power. Like you had to compartmentalize it, or I don't know, something. But you did it. Or at least that's the way I'm feeling. And your cave of ice is Capricorn. Your goals, the day-to-day reality of, and use the most business-like way. And yeah. I feel like I am in a state of reflection, repairs, and restoration. What is it that I want to do? What does remember we were talking about like Peggy Bundy and Morticia Adams, the day-to-day reality of like I'm not trying to be stereotypical or imply anyone's like that, but they gave off a vibe, right, of what that role that they took on looks like. But make no mistake at how strong or how powerful they were, perhaps because of their partnership with their partner, male or female.
Ritual.
Because of the balance in providing and releasing this competition in, I provide money, I provide food, nourishment, clean clothes. You know what I mean? It's not a competition. It feels like I am in or wanting and working with providing. Partnership and providing and having healthy boundaries again. Yeah. So some of you might even be in like new relationships or business partners. It's like, oh, okay, remember I was talking about like those aura things there, and you can like clamp down and you're like, okay, we're good to go here. We're good to go here, because I just feel like it's intelligent. It feels very business like the Capricorn says. For some, it might be like, oh, this is not very romantic. That will come. That will come when there's like fully this coalescing of providing. I hope I haven't butchered this, because I feel like in the past maybe there was liars around you, or if I may see this, you were lying to yourself of what was acceptable. You're like, oh, they were horrible demon something or other, but you're like, well, but they were doing the best they can. Yeah, but it can still be horrible. I'd still say that, you know what I mean? I really have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so in your cave of winds is the magician's sword and confidence in your magic. Of course, you know the drill. If these mean anything to you, please feel that first. Okay, so I want to acknowledge that I feel like Miss Pac-Man's coming in specifically. I have followed a trail and I have cut something off. Yeah, I've cut something off. Some sort of cord has been cut. I don't know if somebody needs, wants, desires to have that confirmation, but the cord's been cut successfully. It's
Help me.
we're here for you if you need help. But in the event that even that was of helping yourself by cutting the cord. Cave of Hearth Fires for Cetus. Yeah, so we have here freedom. So you have accomplished whatever the cord was, or at least that's the way I'm feeling. Remember how we were talking about some sort of like insect fly? There's a dragonfly in there with a key. Some sort of structure will help you forge. It's like once now you've used your sword and you're going to, sharpen it, this, that, or the other. If you haven't already, but I feel like you have already severed the cord. But now it might feel like it's kind of like wailing in the wind, and that might feel a little odd.
There's 4.
Cave of Rivers. Listen. Thank you. So remember how when I was talking about like hair ties and antennas, when you tie it, because when I see it, it's like having this really long hair. It's like seeing somebody, I don't know, really long hair, but they can tie it up and then and it's in a bun. You don't know that they have really long hair. There's a specific kind of tie that I am seeing, and it tells me it's something about like a warrior. It's like I can be a working man or woman person and also a warrior. Anyway, the point being is, I'll bring it back up here to see if I can do that. There's the hair. And that's in your Cave of Rivers. I feel like I am listening to what my heart wants to be freed from. Because if I may, it's down here, the lower chakras, and then it shifts at the heart to the higher chakras. And that's what truly frees me. Or starts this bellowing smoke out that creates this container for me to almost like see my light shine. Like there's one, and then in the space, there's one. And it brings out my own harmonies. Okay. If you haven't already, Cetus, please do like, share, and subscribe. We're going to go into the Cave of Earth for Cetus. The Holly Tree, permanence. A great awakening through enlightenment. Evil is warded off by your devotion to good.
I meant it.
Yeah. Somebody's on track. It's on. I'm on track. So the holly tree, I have one in my yard, and I remember looking it up because it's almost like, and you can look it up yourself. Don't rely on me to be spreading truths or facts. I don't know. But I think there's something about the holly tree or the holly bush and why Hollywood was named Hollywood. And I'm sure, even from a space of herbalists, sacred knowings and medicine. Okay, sacred knowings and medicine. There could be something about that. Or just simply, I'm overcomplicating his stuff, but you do have Capricorn up here, so, holla to that. This is you're in the great awakening, in the space of separation almost. It's like I'm brought back to the first day of school. I'm turned in. to somebody, or it's like, I don't want to go, I don't want to leave you, I don't want to go to camp, but inevitably you go, and that space of separation frees you to get other perspectives, to listen to other people, to have your own experiences beyond this one source, whether it's a parent or an aspect of yourself or somebody else. I don't know. I'm not, it's a weird way, but I'm going to say I'm not worried about branding them through a name or a title or position. It's a weird way to say that, but there it is. And even like through the smoke here, we were talking about, the shadow. And we can say maybe the proverbial evil. If somebody was, demonic, or you've had demonic energies, there's an exorcism going on. And you are the magician to do that, to have confidence in cutting the cords. But I got to say, you did. You did. You have. You listened. And now... I feel like maybe even like the yellow flower is important. Maybe it's the solar plexus space that's working with the green heart, the green stems.
Nobody knows.
That inevitably draws me up into the sky of my third eye. I feel like my speech is silent. This is something maybe not a lot of people know about. It is very shaman-like. It's like a shaman warrior. Anyway, your magic. Do you believe in magic? Okay, we're going to add on a tarot card for our Cetus now. I'm going to let you go. I hope you're doing well. Here we go. Ace of Swords. There's that hair. Oh, for heavens and hot dogs. I got to remember sometimes what camera I'm on. The hair again, tied up. The bun. That's another crystal. Oh my goodness. I can't remember the name of it. I have a few of them. Wonderful. One of my favorites. There it is. You can let your hair down and ponder, and then you can put it up and get to work. And whatever Ace of Swords might also mean to you. But I also want to know you have the Magician's Sword.
Talk to me.
Just saying. Just saying. And also with the freedom in your hearth fires, the freedom. You hold the key, and you also are the keyhole.
Cool.
But with both of these, it's like, how can you deny how much magic is in your life? You have defeated your own demons as they step forward in different people, places, or things. But I feel like I'm creating a permanent space in my own self, in my own aura, to have confidence in that. And to have confidence in that I've freed myself, and I will continue to nurture and maintain that. There's a valley. Like if somebody gets like a buzz cut and they, even maybe it's just from the beginning. When someone's going to shave their head or get a buzz cut, and they tend to go right down the center to make this like, I don't know. And it's funny. Or it's like even like a mullet, business up front, party in the back. There's a channel anyway. It's a channel. Something about all these different hairstyles, from long hair to wild hair, flowing hair to, in a taut type bun, like a sumo. Is it sumo wrestlers that do that as well?
Don't.
To shaving your head. And maybe you're thinking about shaving your head, and maybe you're like, no, I'm not going to. But I feel like there's also that something symbolically you might be doing to release the weight on your upper chakras. These ones specifically, throat to third eye. Throat, third eye, and crown. The crown is where the channel is. It even just, maybe it's like massaging it. I don't know. Maybe that's where I'm freed. Is that might be where I did the cord cutting. It might have been. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that, actually. There also might have been somebody that passed that you had to make the decision to unplug them, or it was part of their wishes, or you weren't sure, or you had to put a pet down, something along that lines. And I don't mean to close out on such a, perhaps a very strong sentiment, but it's meaningful. And the point being
Idiotic.
is, again, so cheeky, and don't be hard on yourself, because I'm freed from that, from the decision that you made, the action that you took based on my words, or the unknowingness that you weren't sure to make this decision on behalf of your pet or a person. I am free. And that allows me to rest in peace. Cetus, thank you so much for being my muse, and I will see you again soon. We'll do the big book of blots. Until then, gratitude for you being you.